always something. Write it all over again. It's always something on Facebook. So I'm a little late. And see how my day is going. Well, my night, right? My night. Mm-hmm. I ain't tagging nobody. Tell people I'm on, right? Hey guys, I'm late. I'm sorry. It's been a trying day. But hello, I am here. Hey, my special lady. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not even going to put my timer on. I should, right? If I don't, I'll go overboard. My special someone will it's on. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the time lapse. I had an eye appointment today and wanted to make sure my eyes were properly doing well. Got new vision glasses. Well, they're coming. They're not bad. They're not bad. It's I'm farsighted. I can see you guys. I can see, but just checking that my glaucomas and my stigmatism is not getting any worse. Praise God. So welcome to tonight's show. I did a flyer last night and I did not post today and I did not do my check-in today. A little queasy. I hate tests, but I like learning. So I had a test today at 1:30. I think I did fairly well. Hey, Miss Carter, you doing like I'm doing? Yeah. If I was to say how I was feeling today, I would get some white emojis up there. And where are they at? But I didn't do minimalist today. Some mixed feelings. Lots of mixed feelings today. My phone's full. You know how you pay all that money and your phone full. You don't have no more space on your phone. I paid a lot of money for this phone. It's not an iPhone. Ain't a 17, not a 19, not a 20, not a 14, whatever. I pay a lot of money for that phone. It's telling me that I don't have no more space on here. So minimum mixed feelings, but I got a lot of work done today. That's how I'm feeling right now. Let's get into our weekly check-in. And give a shout out to all my people on TikTok. I went on TikTok and I checked my little list today, and wow, that thing is bouncing. But inbox me, people. Those people that had those broken hearts and those red hearts and those purple hearts, inbox me. Trust me, I will get back to you. My fingers will start to doing the moving thing. I will get back to you. I'm going to put the link up there. And maybe again on Thursday. I'm saying it loud enough so my husband can hear you guys. Can hear me. Thursday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. you can call my business number and I will be able to talk to you. 267-422-1405 from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. 267-422-1405. And listen, I'm going to take that out to 15-minute increments. I am not your personal therapist. I'm not your personal life coach. None of those things. I'm going to give you a few pointers of what you should do, and I'm going to point you in the right direction to where you should go. Okay? I am a life skills consultant. I used to do outpatient services in therapy. I do have my master's in psychology, but I will not be anybody's personal therapist or anything like that. I have lots of resources. I can point you in the right direction, give you a little something to get you going. Okay? I have no problem with talking to anybody, no matter what location you are from in this here United States, even those people up there in space. Praise God. Again, that number is 267-422-1405. Thursdays only. Do not call this number from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My husband will be very upset. Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. 267-422-1405. Thursdays, 6 to 9. Okay. If you are doing great, give me those red emoji hearts. If you are doing great tonight, if you had a great day, a wonderful morning, throw those red emoji hearts up there. That what you mean no? What you mean no? What you mean no? Let me turn you down a little, Mark. Sorry. All right. If you're doing okay, this is blue. This is not purple. This is blue. If you're doing okay, give me some blue emoji hearts. If you're doing okay, give me some blue emoji hearts. If you're doing well, like Miss Carter there, nah, she got a lot of those emoji hearts. I feel you, honey. Maybe it's the weather, and I don't have any soup. Oh, man. I'm not even going to say what Miss Deb said. She said, we going to call. Lord have mercy. If you're doing my, throw them yellow emoji hearts up there on this Wednesday evening. If you're doing my, throw them yellow emoji hearts up there. Some of my TikTokers had those, they were struggling. If things are tough and you're struggling, throw those green emoji hearts up there. Again, if things are tough and you're struggling, throw those green emoji hearts up there. I will check my inboxes. You don't feel like putting an explanation up there, you don't have to. I check my inboxes. I check on Facebook. I check on YouTube. TikTokers, IG people, I don't have a 1,000 IG fans. I'm going to put a link on there later that you can come over to YouTube. You can come over to Facebook. I don't have 1,000 fans yet. I'm going to try to get that thing checked out. Ask my minions to get on there and help me having that many fans on IG. But if things are tough and you're struggling, put that green emoji heart up there, and I check my inbox. If you don't want to talk freely about it, I check my inbox. We can talk about it there. If you're having a hard time and you wouldn't mind if someone was to reach out to you, this is purple. Throw those purple hearts up there. If you're having a hard time, if you wouldn't mind if somebody was to reach out to you, throw the purple hearts up there. That will be me that will be reaching out to you. I will give you some resources. I will make sure I will put you in safe and secure hands. I have that listening ear, the empathetic heart, and I will make sure I will put you in some safe and secure hands. If you're in a really dark place, put the broken emoji heart up there. I will reach out to you. There are lots of resources. We can discuss that. There's always help. There's always someone out there. If you're in a really dark place, I will reach out to you no matter the time, the hour. Even after this broadcast is over again, I will reach out to you. If you're having some harmony and balance in your life, that pink emoji heart looks right on you. If you're having some harmony and balance in your life, that pink emoji heart looks good on you. Throw them pink emoji hearts up there. If you're feeling optimistic and uplifting, orange is a good color for you. If you're feeling uplifting and optimistic, orange is a good color for you. Now, this guy was me this afternoon. This guy here. You can have half of a day like this. And at the 2:45 hour, 2:49, he was meeting me where I was. If you're having one of these days, put the pink brown emoji heart up there. If you're having one of these days, sometimes it feels like that. Not because of the weather today, not because it was a little chilly outside, and I did not make any soup. If you're having a day like this, put the brown emoji heart up there. We're an adult. And hey, I had a first grader. He was having a day like this. He derobed. They had him in the de-escalation room, they call it. He was taking his clothes off and he was shouting some very awful things. He was having one of these days. Put the brown emoji heart up there if you're having a day like this. Our gray hearts, if you're cool, self-restraint, and having some humbleness, put those gray hearts up there. If you're cool, self-restraint, and having some humbleness. And if you were like me, some mixed emotions, couldn't quite get it together, minimalism, blankness, put those white emoji hearts up there. Mixed emotions, minimalism, didn't want to quite get it together and do half of anything today, but you got through the day. Put those white emoji hearts up there. How about, this is my favorite color, guys. Light blue, feeling relaxed and friendly. If you're feeling relaxed and friendly, put the light blue emoji hearts up there. If you're feeling relaxed and friendly, put those light blue emoji hearts up there. If you having any sadness and anger, the black heart, sadness and anger, we can talk about this. We can try to process what's going on. Put the black heart up there. And my new little friend here is frustrated. If you are frustrated, that flaming heart, some frustration, put the flaming heart up there. Frustration, the flaming heart. I might have time this Saturday, depending on if my husband say this is going to be our Do Nothing Saturday, and I best believe I think that's going to happen. Because I just threw my phone number out there. Not my personal number, this is my phone number, my work number out there. I might be making a lot of these. If you want them, just let me know. They'll be available. I did not have time to do the little chat. I did not have time. I'm gonna post my flyer because it was fly. I stayed up all night doing that thing last night. But good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the Trap Lounge. My name is Kimble Evans. I am your trap therapist. And today's topic for today is cold love. Cold love. Um, Me and my bestie was having a conversation yesterday. You know, we just have these conversations often. Just often. Let me just sip the tea here. This does not taste like lemon lovely. Oh, we would not be buying lemon lovely this tea season. We would not be. We were having a conversation. My grandmother, my mom, and a couple of people I know had hard times displaying affection. My grandmother's mom passed when she was 13 or 14. So my grandmother was really young when her mom passed, and she was the only girl in the family. And so my grandmother didn't have that motherly maturity or that motherly groom from her mom, because her mom passed. Her mom died when she was a little girl. So she didn't have a nurturing woman beside her. Her dad raised her. And she had 4 boys, 4 brothers. And, you know, I imagine in her time, they weren't really caring and loving towards her. So she had a motherless love, which I call cold love. You know, you're not having your mother there. Mothers are supposed to be nurturing and caring and bringing you up to show you love and affection. And if you didn't have a mom, it would be pretty hard. And so we were having this conversation. How do people who don't have a mom, if they were adopted, if their mom passed away, if their mom was detached from them, how they grew up in society and go to raise their children, or if they have children, how that affects them growing up. And so I had to look at these things and then I had to look at my life, and then I had to look at my children and look at other people around and get into my behavior specialist kind of detective work. And from the psychological and emotional impact, this affects people a lot. And I can see that in the world today. I can say with a lot of the millennials, how they are cold. They're cold. Their definition of love is maybe compared to loyalty, and it changes. So let me just get into the psychology and the different twizzles around it, right? So first of all, it's something called cold mother syndrome. Let me get my nerd on for a minute. Cold mother syndrome describes a pattern of emotional neglect by a parent who is distant, unresponsive, and lacks empathy, leading to lasting psychological effects on the child, such as having difficulty forming healthy relationships and managing emotions. Characteristics include a mother who is emotionally unavailable, dismisses her child's feelings, prioritizes external expectations over emotional well-being, and may lack genuine interest in her child's life. Causes can include the mother's own unresolved trauma, mental health issues, or lack of emotional awareness, and resulting impacts on the child can be significant, often requiring therapy for healing or for breaking generational cycles. It's a lot. So motherless love, the psychological and emotional impact on individuals who grow up without a mother's care, and this can be due to death, abandonment, that can be divorce. Abandonment can be divorce. Abandonment can be the mom's in the house, but due to her lack of, maybe she's going through something with Maybe the dad is still there, the parents are still there, but the mother is being more attentive to the other, to her partner. There may be some domestic violence involved, so mom is being more protective of her, being protective of the children. So she's paying more attention to the partner, making sure the partner needs are met to protect the children. They said here about mental health. So mom might have episodes, and so mom is, she's checking out sometimes. There might be some substance use, abuse, and mom is not always there. But emotional absence is when someone is unable or unwilling to form a deep emotional connection, showing empathy or engaging in vulnerability with others. This can manifest as avoiding a deep conversations or keeping people at a distance, having difficulty expressing feelings, and a general inability to provide emotional support. Can anybody think of a person like that? It doesn't necessarily have to be a parent. It can be a guardian that that brought you up in your life. Um, just Does anybody think of somebody like that? I know my mom was there. I wouldn't say that she was motherless, but she was cold because of her mental state. But my grandmother was emotionalist. She was very harsh. The way she showed us that she loved, I can't say us, because you can have your siblings living in a house with you, but everybody had their own way of growing up. And we found that out at my when we was doing the obituary for my mom. I had to ask my brothers and sisters, what was your depiction? How do you see how did we see our mother? Because I would say my mom, and my sister would say, no, that was my mom. And my little sister would say, that was my mom. And my brother would say, nah, that was my mom. So we all had mom, and mom. Everybody had a different picture or perspective of who our mother was to us. And after my sister said who her mother was to her, I would kind of agree, like, yeah, there was something that I seen in my mom, but there wasn't nothing that she gave me. So you can grow up in the same household with your siblings and have a different perspective of how you guys were raised. Does that make sense? Like you can say, well, when I got punished, I think I got the more punishment than you did. Mommy treated you better than me, or daddy treated you better than me. I got punished more, or you were the favorite. Didn't anybody have that going on in their family? Like you were the favorite, or they did more for you than they did to me, or the black sheep. Anybody felt that way? They were the black sheep. Mm-hmm. Where was I at? Conversations, feelings in general, and ability to provide emotional support. This detachment often stems from past trauma or a fear of vulnerability, or simply natural personality traits, and can significantly hinder their own well-being and ability to form healthy relationships. So it just sounds like it's a pattern. If your mom did not get this type of love and affection from their mother, it's like a catch-22. I'm gonna give you care and love and all the goodness, and then that's supposed to flip over, and now you got care, love, and goodness, and it's going to flip over again to care, love, and goodness to your children. It's seeds being planted, and then they grow. That's why it's called a connection. It's called the connection. So these are the characteristics of a cold mother. Emotional unavailability. The mother is not responsive to her child's emotional needs, providing little comfort, affection, or reassurance. Emotional dismissal. She may ignore, minimize, or criticize her child's feelings, making the child feel unimportant or like their emotions are a burden. Why are you crying so much? It's not that serious. Get out of here. Go suck it up. And sometimes that happens, or it has happened. I've seen it happen time and time again with little boys. And I say this, because society has deemed this for our men. They have to be strong. I'll say, I don't watch the news that often, but when I watch the news, and I've heard that the tactics of recruiting has been changed. It's been changed. Now you can place your hands on the person that's going to say, yes, I want to fight for my country. I want to fight for my country. I'm willing to fight for my country. I'm willing to give my life to my country because I love my country that much that I'm fighting for my country. But while in training, while you're teaching me how to train to fight for my country, you can place your hands on me. And rough me up a little bit, shake me up a little bit. Punish me, as you would say, for me to fight for my country. Isn't it hazing? This person is giving their life free and willingly for war, for patriotism. And they're going to train, whatever type of training it is, for war, to prepare for war. And while they're doing that, there is some type of psychological mayhem, I'm going to call it, that you're going to place your hands on this man or woman in training. You're already yelling in their face because, yes, it's going to be yelling, it's going to be shouting, it's going to be yes, sir, yes, ma'am, all that. But now you're going to be allowed to place your hands on this particular person that's giving their life freely to fight for this country, for you and I. We all watch Army movies and you know, those type of movies, Saving Private Ryan, and it's a movie that I love that has Bruce Willis in there. Raising in I think it's Raising in the Sun or something like that. But there's lots of movies that we see. We know what happens in these trainings, some of these trainings, and what goes on and things of that nature. And we can't believe those things, and we watch them like, oh my goodness, this is really hard. One of the movies that I love, my husband probably knows the movie I'm talking about. It's a soldier that he's a Christian. He believes in the Lord, but he does not believe in bearing arms. And they try to break this man. Like, I don't want him on my platoon. I don't want him on my team. How can you be in the service and not want to carry a gun? Like, we're going to war. Like, he cannot protect me. He doesn't want to carry a gun. He has to carry it because, again, we're in war. I think he was a part of the like the medical team. But even in the medical team, you have to carry a gun just in case something happens. You have to protect your fellow men. You have to protect yourself. But because he was a devoted Christian, and in his religion, you're not supposed to take anybody's life. That's murder, right? And so the whole time that they were training, his fellow soldier, his fellow people was hard on him. They did the business to him through training. They did things Yes, Deb. So you know the movie I'm talking about. He did. He saved over 70 something people. And I watch that movie every time it comes on, or whatever cable network it comes on. So in the end, they went to war, and he goes, and one by one he saves each soldier. He even saves some of the other side of the officer, the other side of the other people. Okay, the people that we were fighting. Um, but he kept saying, just one more. He was okay. So he would get the people. He would crawl through the war people, through the place where bombs and stuff were going off and people were shooting other people, and he would drag a soldier out, and he would tie them up and hoist them down a ridge to where the medical people were at, and this was at night or dusk, and he would hoist them down there. So his hands were getting raw from him tying them up and bringing them back down. And he was going through a tunnel. And as he was going through a tunnel, he seen, I don't know what's the Chinese or the Japanese, but he told them to be quiet. He bandaged the guy up so he wouldn't die. He told him to go that way because his people was that way, and he was going this way so he can save his people, his troops, his soldiers. I guess the Chinese person didn't want any. Hacksaw Ridge is the name of the movie. Thank you, baby. Hacksaw Ridge. And so the point of the story is this soldier that was tormented and tortured by his own people, by his own recruits, by his own men, because of his belief. He didn't carry a gun. He didn't want to murder anybody. Saved lives. Not only his soldiers, but other people. I digress because I was going somewhere else with it, and maybe that'll be another show that I'll be on. That'll be another topic. But let's get back over to the characteristics of a cold mother. We were at emotional unavailability. Emotional dismissal. She may ignore, minimize, or criticize her children's feelings, making the child feel unimportant or like their emotions are a burden. And I'm talking about the young boys, how society as a whole has in men's minds that they have to carry the whole world on their shoulders, that they to push their emotions down. As he's so small as 6 or 7 years old. I had a kindergarten. He's a first grader. He was 6 years old, so he was in the first grade. He was in a de-escalation room, and I heard him kicking on the door. And I'm asking the school counselor, is that him? Because I can hear her. She's on the phone with me, giving me the report. And she said, yes, that's him. I said, well, what triggered him? He couldn't get his way. I said, what do you mean? Well, at first he came to school, he was late. So he missed coming in the building. And as he missed coming in the building, I guess they lined them up. And they lined them up by size. And I don't know if he was the tallest or the smallest, but so he missed coming in that way. Whatever that was, he missed that. And he also missed what playtime or whatever. So he was very upset. So he missed those two, I guess, 2 reward times. And he didn't have an opportunity to have those times again. And he's new from having a home environment to, being able to play and do whatever he wanted to do, to now come to school and have rules. And so now this little baby that's 6 years old has to come to school and have to learn rules and learn how to accept that this is a routine now. And he was in here kicking the door. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. And I'm like, well, is there any way that you can talk to him to calm him down? And soon as she opened the door, he jumped at her. And I said, well, close the door back and turn your back towards the door so you don't have to hear him. And now, if you can, if it's safe for you, move away from the door, because any attention for him will be bad or good intention. And once she did that, he started taking off his clothes. And so I said, I wonder what his mom does at home, because his emotions was all over the place. Children learn how to deactivate their emotions by the mom. Now, is he getting nurtured at home to say, listen, you have to get down to a child's level, eye level. And if they're screaming and yelling, you have to let them say, sweetie, I understand that you're upset. Now, I would tell you, do not touch a child that's upset. I know they're 6, and I know you're their mother, you're their auntie, you're the adult. You can handle this child that's 6. I'm telling you, I know you know that. And this is old school. I would knock a child out. I know you can. I know you can. I know you want to get the belt. I know you can. It's well and done. But you got to get down to that child's eye level, because they feel out of control. And you're tall, you're big, you're superhuman to this child. Just get down to their eye level. I know you feel out of control. I know you may be upset right now. But let's take some time and let's calm down. Are we ready to calm down? I need you to tell me what's bothering you, what's wrong, what's going on, what are you feeling right now? Tell me so I can help you out. Now, we know this child missed 2 reward times, and he couldn't get those times back. So we would have to explain, well, you were late for school, you couldn't get those times back, so maybe tomorrow will be a better day. And you explain to him, we still have X, Y, and Z to do. Let's give you some time to rest up. Give you a moment to yourself. And when you're ready, we'll come back and we can explore what's going on, how you're feeling. To make that child understand that they're in control of their emotions. They're 6. They are in control of their own emotions. Because if I'm telling you, a 6-year-old should know that they're in control of their emotions and their body. No one is supposed to touch them at all. They have a right not to be touched. Touched, hugged, kissed, felt on, brushed upon. They have that right. You need consent. Do you understand me? You need consent to touch a child at 6 years old, to hold their hand, to touch them, to give them a kiss, even if you're their aunt or uncle, even if you're their grandmother. I said it. You need consent. I teach children that young. Do not allow anybody to touch you. Hold your hand, give you a kiss, sit upon their lap without you saying yes. That child needs to know that they are in control of their own emotions. Again, I digress. Let's move on to the characteristics of a cold mother. Lack of interest in a child's life. She may not show genuine interest in a child's interests, hobbies, thoughts, or dreams. That means she's never going to volleyball practice. She's never going to a football game. I just told my husband, some children, parents don't go to graduations. I had a lady call me yesterday. She was very upset that her parents are not going to her graduation on Friday. She's 38. She's proud of herself that she's graduating school. She's doing something actually for herself and her parent. Her mother has a hair appointment. And her father's going to be at work. So this is just not for children. These are for adults as well. This affects everyone. She may also focus on external expectations. She might prioritize external achievements like appearances or making the family look good over the child's emotional well-being. Dressing them fine, Jordans and everything. Mm-hmm. But the whole house is a mess. You know any parents like that? Mm-hmm. They look good as a family, as a whole. When you see them out in the street, oh, they look good. They sharp. But the family's a mess. Avoidance of affection. Physical affection like hugs or soothing touches may be rare or absent. I can say that was rare in my home. There was no hugs or anything like that I can recall. And again, I'm going to say just me as I grew up, because I have 3 other siblings and I can't recall from what they may have gotten, but I don't remember any acts of affection. And so I know when I got my children, when I had my babies, there was affection all the time. I was kissing them, hugging them, loving them. And now my grandson, I love when he comes home from school. That's the first thing he does is wrap his arms around my neck and he gives me hugs. He's 14. You can see the smile on my face. He's 14. And yes, he's 14. And I love, and I always tell him, I don't want this to stop. You can be 93 and please just keep hugging me. And we give hugs. I was just at a woman's convention with my pastor, and there was a couple of huggers there. And when we found out, when I found out there was huggers, I was like, bring it in. You know, I'm a hugger. That transfer of energy is just something. Miss Carla's on here. It's just something. It's a connection there. It's and if it's a real hug, you can it radiates your body. If you're a hugger, that transfer, it's something like never before. And when I was in outpatient services, and they tell you this in when you're doing therapy, you can never pass someone a tissue when they're crying. They have to let them get it for themselves. And I hated that. And if someone was really emotional distraught, let them go through it, let them process that. I hated that. You had a lot of people coming through that was really grieving, and you want to hug them. You want to be there. And again, this is cold love. Like, you want to be there. You're human, just like they're human. And because I'm a believer and I believe in Jesus Christ, there were times that I would say, do you need a hug? Or I would close my door and say, listen, are you okay? Do you need a hug? Or can I give you a hug? Even to the little ones. Are you, can I give you a hug? Is it okay? And they would say, yes, I would really like that. I really like that. All right. Some issues with intimacy would develop when you have that person that has that motherless love. Anxiousness, and they would avoid things. They would have fear and abandonment, struggling with trust or seek or their partners. They would have this repeated um, familiar unhealthy relationship pattern. So you would see the same thing with avoidance, um, anxiousness, fear of abandonment, um, issues with intimacy that would develop, and it's a thing that happens over and over again. So if you have a friend like this, a family member like this, that may be the issue. Um, Emotional absence. Can't quite put your finger on it, what's going on. They struggle with self-worth. Lack of unconditional maternal love can cause self-doubt and feelings of low self-esteem. May believe they are unworthy or being unworthy of being loved. They carry this insecurity into all aspects of their life. And I'm going to take the low self-esteem out of there, because you have to build yourself up in some type of way to keep yourself bound from people. And I would say I would put low self-confidence, because you have to build yourself up to keep yourself away from people. The confidence, I think, the confidence is low as you get older. As you get older, and you start to know yourself, because you recognizing yourself that these things are happening to you. Like, I you know, I love different is what you say. I'm talking to myself. I love a little different, right? I protect myself. I used to keep myself in this not so hard cocoon. I love different. I'm Carol. I'm Carol's daughter, is what I used to say to myself. I'm Carol's daughter. She built me this way, right? So I didn't struggle with my self-worth. It was my low self-confidence. Not thinking that I wasn't worthy. I thought people wasn't worthy of me. They're not worthy of my love. Yeah, there it is, Dove. I love me. The people wasn't worthy of my love. Is what the twisted thinking in my mind was. I'm not giving my love to these people. They're not worthy of me. So I'm not gonna put it all the way out there. I'm gonna be cautious of it, right? And you'd have that identity confusion. A mother often helps a child develop their sense of self, um, their sense of self. Without this figure, a child may have trouble forming a clear identity, um, or navigating through adulthood. And I clearly did that for a long time. Who am I? What am I? What am I to do with myself? Like, I was floating for a while. All I knew is I knew how to take care of people. And that finished the West. I knew how to take care of people. I didn't know how to take care of me. Ain't that something? Um, Inconsistent or rigid behaviors. Her emotional responses may be unpredictable, creating an unstable environment. So, as a child, she may tell you no, 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 no. And as you get older, those no's may turn into, I don't care, get out my face, just go somewhere, do whatever you want to do. So she's telling you no as a child, and when you get to your teens, when you need the structure, it's get out my face, go somewhere, I don't care. And so you might be staying up a little later and you're missing school, you're being late to school, she's not checking your homework. Therefore, now that you're good at something, football, volleyball, your grades are dropping. Now you want your mom to give you the rules, the regulations, so you can stay in football or volleyball, and it's not there. Now you're confused. Like, you were so hard on me as a child, and now you're lenient now as a teen, and I need that because I love football, I love basketball, and my grades are failing, and you're not checking my homework, and you're not there, you're confused. Emotional dysregulation, motherless children may struggle to process and regulate their emotions, which can lead to anxiety, depression, or a tendency to suppressing feelings. So not only are you confused, you don't know what or how to be mad, what feelings to have, who to be mad at, and if you get relationships with other people, now you can't regulate those emotions with them as well. Can you be happy? And how long can you be happy? And do you deserve that happiness? Or even do they deserve to be happy? And when they're happy, are you mad at them for being happy? Or are you jealous of them for being happy? And should they be happy? And why are they happy? You're confused. And if you're with your friends and you see their family grooving and connecting, does that make you feel awkwardly upset because your family is not like their family? My grandma used to always say, all people are not raised the same. And then, of course, my cousin's family used to say, mud is thicker than blood. I'm like, what does that mean? what does that mean? Mud is thicker than blood. It doesn't matter. Family sticks together. My grandma always said that your family sticks together. We're a small circle. There's a small percentage of us in Philadelphia. There's a lot of us down south. The family in Philly sticks together. I don't care if mud is thicker than blood. We stick together. All right. If you redefine love and how to be loved, or how you define love, and that's in the gathering of how your mother loved or how she was loved, and then how you redefine how you love. Does that make sense? Again, that's planting the seed. Your mom was loved or lack of it, and then what she gave to you or lack of it, and then what you took from it or lack of it, and now what do you have to grow or lack of it? Because if you still have the world that you're getting something from, remember I said you might go to your friend's house and you see something over there. Because I remember my godmom, she didn't have any, she had 2 sons. She didn't have any girls. And so I was that daughter she never had. And I remember my godmom, when she smelled like strawberry, she just smelled so beautiful of strawberry. I remember she smelled so wonderful. And how she cared and she nurtured. She did not play about me. She did not play. I remember for a while, my brother Nate, I thought he was liking me. And I'm like, you can't like me. I'm your sister. And he was like, you're not my real sister. I said, Nate, I'm going to go tell. I'm going to go tell my godmom. He was like, don't do that. I said, okay, you know what the deal is. Like, I am your sister. No matter what nobody say, I am your sister. And from that day, that moment on, he was like, okay, you're my sister. And to this day, I have 4 brothers. A brother on my mom's side, I have a brother on my dad's side, but I have 2 other brothers. I have 4 brothers. 4. 4. And I say it with a smile on my face. All 4 of my brothers don't play about me, and I don't play about them. And so blood can be thicker than mud, but those are my brothers. All 4 of them. So how I define my love is in my heart. And that woman loved me like no woman has loved me before. And when I was at my my Aunt Barbara's, her retirement party that they threw for her, I remember us connecting back together. And she called me. She said, "We've been looking for you all over. Where have you been? We've missed you." And I just shed a tear because my godmother passed away, and I missed her so much. And because we're not connected by blood, I thought I lost all of them. And they was like, "Oh no, we was thinking about you and everybody." And so when we got back together, it was like we've never lost touch. So redefining that love is in here. It's in my heart. It's in my heart. Emotional dismissal. I said there, lack of interest in a child, inconsistent behaviors, avoidance of affection. Potential impacts on children: difficulty with relationships, lack of emotional connection in childhood can lead to insecure attachment and challenges with intimacy in relationships. Emotional dysregulation: children may struggle to manage their own emotions, leading to outbursts or withdrawal. Oh no, Minister, I don't want to call you back. It's past trauma and wounds. Experiencing abuse, betrayal, or significant emotional pain can make someone emotionally unavailable as a way of, to guard themselves for future hurt. Childhood experiences: growing up in a family where emotions were dismissed, suppressed, or neglected can lead to difficulty expressing or engaging with one's own feelings and those of others. Ooh, that's cold. I don't like that. It's cold. Oh, so this is what cold love, or what was my little thing about over here? What did I call it? It was called cold mother syndrome. What cold mother syndrome is not. Being emotionally unavailable does not mean a person doesn't feel emotions, but rather that they cannot allow themselves to become vulnerable or connect deeply with others. That's what it is not is. They can feel emotions. They can feel emotions. It is not always a choice and can be learned behavior that serves to a protective function. It's a learned behavior. Understand that it's a learned behavior, and sometimes it's a protective thing. Okay. The person may have difficulty expressing themselves, and they're unwilling or unable to share personal thoughts, emotions, or deeper life experiences. Lack of empathy, and they struggle to relate to or understand your feelings and may minimize your emotional needs. Defensiveness, they become defensive or avoid responsibility when asked to change or open up about their own part in situations. Hey. The fear of vulnerability, unwilling to be vulnerable or take emotional risk needed to form deep connections. And how do you get support for these emotional things? You have to connect with trusted friends and family. That takes a long time to do. So trust yourself, trust your gut. To connect with trusted friends and family, trust your gut. Especially in 2025. Trust your gut. Prioritize self-care. I know people hear this word a lot, self-care, self-care, self-care. Prioritize it. Prioritize it. You come first. That may sound selfish, but you come first. You come first. You come first. You come first. Prioritize your self-care. Consider speaking with a therapist or joining a support group to address the underlying issues and emotional needs. Talking to others that fit in the same issues and problems that you have always helps. Today, you cannot, you just can't feel like you're alone in something. There are lots of support groups out there for in and everything. Go on meetups.com. I'm going to post that. Meetup.com has places and meetups and things for each and everything out there. To knitting to spitting. I said it, knitting to spitting. Meetup.com. If you have thoughts of self-harm, you can call or text 988. You can practice mindfulness to better manage stress or cultivate a sense of inner peace. Connect your emotions and find safe ways to express your emotions, such as journaling or having check-ins with yourself. What they say is it's okay if you're not okay. But if you're not okay, check in with yourself. And from Thursday, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., you can call 267-422-1405. 267-422-1405. Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can also consider couples therapy. Couples counseling can help you and your partner address some challenges together. I will tell you, if you're going to couples counseling, it's couples counseling. It's both of you in there together. But keep in mind, you're not going to couples counseling to point the finger at your partner. You're having issues with yourself, and they're having issues with their self. Come in there with the mind that you both need help. You both need help. If you're going in there with the mind that you want to fix your partner, it's not going to help. You can't fix your partner. You can't fix somebody. Understand that. And I'm a human being. What looks broken on me? The only thing that can be broken on me is either my earrings or my glasses or a tooth in my mouth. You can't fix somebody. So if you're going to couples counseling, you're going in there to try to get something right within yourself, to better yourself. Even in individual therapy, you're having in your mind, you're having some problems, some issues, some things that you want to go to better yourself with. You're struggling with life issues within yourself. So I need therapy to better myself. Just some things that I'm struggling with. You can't fix a person. So couples therapy is to help address the challenges that you're having as a couple, not to go in there saying, well, I don't like this about this person and I want to fix them. You're saying we're having these problems. They're challenges for us. And we want to make these things better. But however, these may be some barriers that I need work with. I need work with. And work on yourself. Healthy coping strategies, physical activities, release endorphins, reduce stress, hormones. That's an awesome thing. So some physical activities can help. Exercising, stretching, Pilates. My daughter's into Pilates now. I'm going to try that in a couple of, classes with her. Give me strength, God. Pilates help. Healthy lifestyle, a balanced diet, getting enough quality sleep, and avoiding or limited caffeine, no alcohol, no drugs. This can worsen your symptoms. It can worsen your stress. Relaxation techniques, practice deep breathing. And when I say practice deep breathing, when you're anxious, when you feel overwhelmed, you need to practice this until you get the feeling of a good sensation. Your heart rate is low. Your tone and your volume is back down. A lot of people, when they're doing deep breathing exercises, they stop because they don't feel nothing's happening. Continue it until you feel like you're in a safe place, until your volume, so your heart rate is at a normal heart rate. And if you don't feel that way, call somebody and have a breathing partner. Isn't that right, Miss Carla? Call someone and say, I need you to help me go through these breathing exercises. I need you to talk and walk me through it. And have that person breathe with you on the phone and get you through it until you're ready to say, okay, I'm calm now. I feel safe now. Thank you. And get yourself together. Don't rush your breathing exercises. Engage in hobbies that make time for activities you enjoy, like art, music, reading, spending time outdoors, green therapy. I got some new friends up here, y'all. Some new friends up here. I'm trying to get my little stuff together for the wintertime. Green therapy works fine. This is a kicker right here. Learn to say no. Don't overcommit. Setting boundaries can help prevent overwhelmness or avoid additional stress. If the backpack on your back already feels heavy, if you're already doing too much already, no. Without an explanation. Period. 2026 is coming up, and that's going to be a new shirt that I'm going to have on. No. Without an explanation. Period. Connect with others, talk to friends, family, seek emotional support from your support system. And this needs to be reevaluated. And this is why I say your support system needs to be reevaluated, because this can get overwhelming to you as well. If you talk to somebody and you told them something really deep and something really private and something really personable, and you talk to somebody else and you haven't told them something really private and something deep and really personable, and you're trying to figure out how it got to them, baby, 2026, you don't need this going on. You don't need all this drama and all this business. That's why a lot of you are stressed out now, because Paul told June and June told John and John went back and told Paul, and both of them got it wrong. Reevaluate that. Reevaluate it. Everybody should be knowing all your business. I got 2 pastors. 2. Shout out to Pastor James and Pastor Jennifer Solomon. I just say somebody today on they safety plan, they can call Pastor Bob. I said, well, it's good that you can call Pastor Bob, but I know my pastors is busy. Can you call them? Can they pick up the phone? Will they answer? Reevaluate your support system. And there's nothing wrong with reevaluating your support system. And when you do, ask them. When I talk to you about certain things, because I need a prayer partner, accountability partner, I need my best friend, I need my husband to keep their mouth shut. I got 4 people, and 2 of them on this line. You don't need all that drama and all that mess going into 2026. And I'm telling you, I start now with doing my New Year resolution stuff. Get it done now. Get it started now. If you start it now, it can become a habit and you'll flow right into 2026 with it. You don't need all that drama and stress coming into 2026. Get accountable now. Get your routine now. Practice gratitude regularly. Acknowledging the good things in your life can improve your emotional well-being. Start now. Pray for it now. I told my husband this morning, I said, I got a chance to pray for me. He said, how did you do that? I said, I poured my name out the hat, out the little basket. Basket we have, what we have. Family, government, and community. 2026 is about to come, and I finally poured my name. I finally poured my name out the basket. Pray for myself today. Gratitude. Gratitude on a regular basis, acknowledging the good things in your life. And they went over that thing this weekend. Now remember the good things. There's much good things that has happened, that God has made happen, that God has allowed to happen, that you have to think about, give thanks for, that outshine a bad. This book, honey, it's a dream journal by Gail Faulkner. It was $10 when I bought it. This is a wonderful journal. There's lots of journals coming out, but this dream journal is one of the best things I had. When we was up at the women's conference, I did have a dream, and I was telling my sister about that dream today. I was on a SEPTA bus. Told Miss Carl about it. And as I got on the SEPTA bus, it was moving forward. Then when I got on the bus, it was moving backwards, but it wasn't a bus no more. It turned into a roller coaster, and it was going backwards really fast. And it wasn't passengers on the bus. I couldn't see who was driving the bus. This roller coaster was just 3 men, and I was standing there looking at them like, y'all don't see this thing moving backwards? And long story short, the dream was I kept moving so quickly in my past, not allowing God to take me forward in my future, not having faith enough in him. I was giving him all my problems, but I kept looking back at my past. And so as the minister was praying for me on Sunday. She gave me some stuff telling me to have faith, to surrender. And I thought she was saying to surrender to my husband, but that wasn't the message until I drove into this thing right here. And then until I talked to my sister this evening. I will put this book up in the chat. This is wonderful. I believe she's going to be having a class come up. I will put that in the chat too. But this is a dream journal bio by Gail Faulkner. If you want to get this book, I will put it up in the chat. It's a wonderful book. It blew my mind. It just blew my mind. You can still be peace, be still. Not at Sandy Cove. I'm not at Sandy Cove, but my peace is still. I really appreciate those ladies that I met up there, and I thank my pastor, Pastor Jen Solomon, for letting me and allowing me to be with her and commune with her there. It's been an awesome week. Again, Thursday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can call 267-422-1405. I will assist you with whatever you need assistance with. It can be just resources, getting the air, but I am not a counselor. I'm not your life consultant. I can help you, point you in the right direction to anything, provide resources, whatever you need for that small bit of time. If you wish to call, I am here. I thank everybody for joining in. Tomorrow, next Wednesday, we're going to have a special guest on the show, and we will be talking about, oh God, babe, what's the title? Evans. Unchained. Unchained. I will put that title up next. It's gonna be awesome. I will have a special guest on the show next Wednesday. So if you have anybody that's had or struggling with any substance use, tune in. It's been a pleasure for tonight. I will put some resources up in the chat. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining the Trap Lounge. My name is Kimble Evans, your trap therapist, and you guys have a safe and wonderful night. Come on. Can I turn you off? Can you hear me if I talk? I will get off all the way.